Happy New Year! Happy New Year. Welcome to the Accountability Call. We on 63. This is the place where we help you remain consistent in your goals. We help ourselves remain consistent in moving toward our goals, honey. This is for all the ambitious women who are juggling goals, entrepreneurship, motherhood of all kinds, whether you mothering your kids, whether you are reparenting and mother yourself, or if you are mothering your elders, because we also are having to sometimes mother them. Yeah. So how are you ladies doing today?
Doing wonderful. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy Haitian Independence Day. Happy Ancestors Day. All of it.
Although it is January 6th, I'm starting my new year today, honey. I feel like last week don't count. First of all, it was all in the middle of the week. Number one. I feel like it ain't really the new beginning of nothing if it ain't Monday. So I have officially started my new year this year. I mean, today. Got up early this morning. My accountability partner, Zanitra, helped to wake me up because I definitely had set 3 alarms and was still asleep. But I got up. Okay. I rose. Anything that you all have learned since we met last week, right? We always kick this accountability call off with what we learned, some reflection, life and or business and or motherhood reflection. Anybody have anything they learned?
Listen, manifestation is real.
Oh,
I believe one of our calls we talked about the process of work, wait for it to work.
Yes.
And work on something else while you wait for it to work.
Mm-hmm.
I have been calling in last year for about a good 6 months, a $50,000 contract.
Come out.
And I was putting in the work in various capacities. And then just waiting for it to work while I worked on other things. And unlike Inez, no, my 2025 started last week because, very early in the year, I was able to secure a contract greater than $50,000. Okay. Almost double with some potential residuals beyond that. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So we are celebrating that. That is an amazing way to kick off the year. But even going beyond that. So that was a good 6 months of calling in. But a year prior to that, when we were at Inez's 4th-year celebration trip in Belize, she held a masterclass session, which was absolutely phenomenal. And, she asked the question, what are you the master of? And I came up with this thing that I didn't even know exactly what it meant, but it came up in my spirit. So I shared it. And my desire was to be a master collaborator.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it sounds a little crazy, but, I truly value teamwork. I truly value all the various gifts and abilities that the people that I come into contact with have and bring. And I want to elevate that to the level of mastery where I know how to work with different people to get things done. And I can say without a shadow of a doubt that process of securing that contract was the power of being a master collaborator.
Yes.
They say if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And baby, we are running together. There's a nice group of us, and it's just everything that I have done up until this point prepared me for that point. I thought about the ways that I used to work when I was at HBO in terms of how I loved my team, and I had an absolutely brilliant team, and everybody just brought their gifts, talents, and abilities, and we just basically got shit done. Mm-hmm. And that is what happened with this most recent collaboration. And when I say we got shit done, I'm talking about from inception to presentation was 15 days.
Come on.
15 days, just, 2 in-person meetings, 1 Zoom meeting, and everyone just brought their best effort, and it led to, securing this deal. And so, thinking about the things that you desire, putting it out there, working towards it, being intentional about how you want to show up in the world, it works. It works. So I learned manifestation is real, but you got to work, wait for it to work, do some more work, and then you will receive the benefits of that.
Yes, I love that. I am just so excited. Like, we were like, make sure you celebrate yourself, because we always do. We always forget that part. I'm so glad y'all did. And this is proof for me as well. Like, it's just like, okay, yes, continue to move it forward. Speaking of so one of the things that, speaking of forward, last week, was it last week or the week before? I feel like it's the week before. Honey, I had a rough couple of weeks during the holiday, just because like there was a really hard decision I had to make around our investment property. And I don't even know if I talked about this before. I can't remember, but it has been still sitting on my spirit. I watched this sermon by Stephen Furtick of Elevation Church down in my home state of North Carolina. And the name of the sermon was "It's the Motion That Matters." And what he talked about was that God is okay with your emotions. He's okay with you feeling emotional, with you having doubt, with you being scared, right? He's okay with all of that. But the motion matters. What he's worried about is the motion that matters. And he talks about how, like, how the disciples were in the boat and they didn't know it was Jesus over there on the other side, and the wind and things were happening, and they were scared, and he was like, come forward, and they like, is it you, Lord? Like, he's like, the Lord don't even care about you asking, is it you? Did you tell me to do this? Is this what I'm supposed to do? He not worried about your questions either. He is worried about the motion. He was talking about how Peter got out of the boat, scared, worried, like questioning, but he still got out of the boat and decided he was gonna walk on water. And so, like, for me, he also talked about how, like, he was like, there's so many songs about the Red Sea part, and he was like, but when they was leaving Egypt, and they was leaving Pharaoh, like, he was like, they didn't know the Red Sea was gonna part. They was at the edge of the water, looking at the water with Pharaoh behind them. He was like, and Moses, he was scared. Like, what you mean? We done came all this way and we about to die out here. He was like, but even though he was scared, he still lifted up his staff and parted the Red Sea, right? With his hand shaking. He was like, even though his hands were shaking, he was still part of the sea. Like, so, because it's the motion that matters. And that is what I have been leaning into over the past, I feel like, week and a half, is like, not fast, but forward, right? I ain't got to move fast. I don't have to leap. I don't have to run. I just have to continue to be in the motion toward the thing, right? Toward the goal. I don't even need to know. It's so crazy because y'all know I need to know step 35 before I take step 1, right? I'm like, we need 1 through 35. Then we'll do 1. Okay. Like, I ain't even been on that. I'll be like, what's step 1? Okay, do step 1. We'll do step 2. We'll figure out step 2 after we did step 1. Okay. Because it's the motion that matters. That's all that matters. The plan don't matter. The past don't matter. It's the motion that matters.
I love it.
Word.
Whole word.
The thing that I learned a little bit to what you were saying earlier, quite honestly, like, the new year really don't start until spring comes. Everything is still like in hibernation mode and everything like that. So I learned while I was planning out my 2025 and thinking about quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4, I wrote quarter 1 for myself was to just be bold, and quarter 2 was like strategic pursuit of self. Those are my 2 themes for quarter 1 and quarter 2. So for me, I'm like, okay, if this is still high key hibernation mode, like, how am I setting myself up for success for all the things I want to do? So basically doing what we always keep talking about. What work do I need to do while I need to wait? And what do I need to keep working on while I'm waiting? Which I'll bring up when we talk about what we plan on doing today, because I'm time blocking my next 2 weeks to go hard in the areas of what I want to accomplish in quarter 1 to help me do that. So I'm still in hibernation mode, but that doesn't mean that, like, I'm not moving or not having any motion. Is I'm just managing my expectations in regard to, like, the things that should be coming back to me. So that's what I kind of, like, learned a little bit last week, is that it's still winter, spring, the new year, for the cycle of for like the cycle of the seasons is not really happening until March 21st. That's when everything should be popping off, specifically for me in how I've been planning it.
I like that idea because that's true, honey. Speaking of winter, it's a winter wonderland. Not free. Eve, you are missing out on this good winter wonderland here in Philadelphia. We got snow dropping, car sliding, all the stuff. Okay. So indeed it is winter. Spring has not come at all, but we are springing into 2025 nonetheless. I still can't believe it's 2025. I'm like, Lord have mercy, this is a mess. Okay, so this week we're doing something new for the new year. We have a weekly theme for our accountability call. Our theme for today is how to choose the best accountability partners. I believe I have the best accountability partners and they are mine. So yeah, it's okay for you to think they're the best. I mean, you might think yours is the best. Mine is the best. Okay. So what I want to talk about is, as we think about like how we've even set up this call, how we came together, how we collaborate outside of this call. Because even though y'all see us here, on Mondays, we are still accountabilitying through the week. Okay. Believe. So what are some of the things that you found, both from the perspective of maybe you've had accountability partners before that didn't work, right? And then you have accountability partners that do work. And what are some of the traits that you have found in the ones that do work and why you chose them?
I think the biggest one that came up for me first is trust. Like, I have to trust you. Now, granted, when I think about these things, it's also how I select people to be in my life, period. So, it's not anything that's too far outside of that. So it had to be a trusting space. There had to be some synergies in terms of, I guess, how we operate, or, the fact that we all are entrepreneurs and we all have the availability to not only meet up every Monday, but really to be there throughout the week for one another. I think that was important, in understanding what the frequency of our meeting was going to be. I have another accountability partner, but that one's more so on the gratitude side of things. So I have a weekly check-in with her as well. And it's the same thing, right? It's like, who shares this similar goals in terms of not the actual goal, but like big picture. What are the big picture values? And I think we all share similar values. We trust one another, and we're all committed, right? There are definitely days where each one of us does not want to be here. And that the trusting relationship that we have allows the other people to be like, girl, come on, we're just going to do it. And so the commitment has to be there initially, but then the support on the back end to make sure that, those people you trust those people to pull you along whenever you can't do it yourself.
I love that. I agree. I hadn't thought of trust, but that is very key. I think because you have to be able to know that you can be fully vulnerable with this person and not receive judgment, right? Like that's a big thing. For me, the tip top thing for me is your energy. Like energy is huge for me because I am a generator. If you don't know what it is, go check out some of my previous videos on human design. I am a generator. I run on energy, right? And I give out a lot of energy to people in my circle, right? That's my job. And so for me, the people who can be my accountability partners are people who energize me, right? Yeah. Which is hard to do, right? It's very hard for you usually to have more energy than me because I'm up here. My normal is 7 out of 10, right? Most people normal is like 4. So the people who can energize me, I know can hold me accountable to some things because they're going to be able to pull me up. Because I stay at a high, but when I get low, I be very low, right? And so I need people who can pull me back up to 6 so that I can step back into 7, right, fairly easily. And I feel like both of you do that very easily because you all are high energy people too. And not even like, you might not be as expressive, but your natural state of energy is optimistic, is high level thinking, is growth mindset. It's focusing on the opportunity versus the obstacle, right? It's being resilient and failure. It's not complaining, right?
Mm.
Like we are not the complaining crew, right? We might have a moment where we're like, this is this. And then we, even in that conversation, we're going to flip it to how we learning from this opportunity, like immediately. So that is what is key for me. So I say, if you're looking for somebody who can hold you accountable, like it got to be somebody who is going to be able to lift you up. And also it's important to have people in your circle who are lifting you up consistently, right? Because I think a lot of times, especially when you're an ambitious woman, I feel like people who watch this are ambitious women who have goals, have dreams, want to achieve stuff. And sometimes you can be in a circle where you're the only one who's like that, right? So you're kind of encouraging everybody, y'all come on, let's do this. Are you always planning the thing? Or you always doing the thing? Or you always texting people to check in? Like, you got to find people who are also like you, right? And that bring that same level of ambition. Those are the people who I feel like are going to be best at holding you accountable.
All of you. I don't have nothing to add. I just synthesize, find people to drag you to your excellence, match your energy, like, somebody to match your energy freak. Okay. Trust is big. I think humor is big, and the one about the vulnerability is so true, because I love y'all so much, because I truly feel, and I'm super realizing that now, but I truly feel like I can literally put all my guards down. I don't actually have to be even in this group. Sometimes I'm just Ejeni, which if you know, like I can just be her, and I'm completely accepted in all my phases. So yeah, I just double infinity to the infinite power, everything what you already said.
Yes. Yes. I think accountability is, I don't know. I feel like accountability is very important. Like, and not as a crutch, right? Not as like, I can't do it unless y'all are on the computer screen, right? But
yeah,
as fuel, and also as like a boost, like he was talking about, like to help drag me to my excellence. Because someday I'm just not gonna be excellent, and I need to be like, oh, look at Z out here to call being excellent, girl. Let me try to be excellent, right? Like, like, or like, look at you, she the bibbity boppity boo, Carmen San Diego. Let me go ahead and get my digital nomad life on, child. This is the thing, right? Like it's a reminder. I think that shared goal piece, that shared goal piece is important, because it's a reminder. Like, look, girl, honey, we got us to do. We got on a yacht, honey. We got things to do on a yacht. Okay. All right. So did we meet last week? We did meet last week, didn't we?
We did. Yeah, that's when we did our recap.
Yeah, we did. Let's just start fresh with the goals of this week, right?
Okay.
The goals for the week. I will tell you, I'm actually prepared today. I'm proud of myself. So my goals for the week. So we do 3 to 5 goals. Two of them have to be at least self-care goals, because we believe in taking care of yourself as you're achieving your goals and not just running yourself ragged and burning out. So my goals for the week, the first thing is I'm going to apply to some positions. I want to see if there are some consulting opportunities for me to take advantage of. And even if there's like a full-time role that I would do, just because I want to start getting some consistent income again. So 3 to 5 over the course of the week. And I do have accountability for that, which is my mother and my husband. So the other thing is, so I've been thinking about this year, I have been focused on not just my goals. And we're going to have a session where we talk about like how we set our goals. This year, I'm using this book written by Ed Milet called The Power of One More. Dope. Amazing. And one of the things that he talks about, and I've heard this before, is like when you're pursuing your goals, right? When you set your goals, you need to figure out who already has done that, right? Who has what you want? And what did they do? Like, what does their day-to-day life look like in achieving that, because that is how you inevitably be able to achieve that goal. So one of the things I've been looking at is digital marketers who are 6 and 7 figure digital marketers, right? And one of them that I follow really laid out some of the things that he does day to day and for his business. So my goal this week is to work in public, right? Which is like this. Teach something I know and create every day, right? That is one thing that I want to do every day. Put something out into the world that wasn't there before. Teach something I know, because you ain't got to be expert on nothing. You just have to be one step above or one step ahead of somebody to help them. And then working in public. My other goal is to submit all of my hardship documentation. I need to put a pause on some of the things I'm paying for so that I can get ready to be able to pay them off. So I need to submit that. Also, so we have decided that we are going to be renting out one of the rooms in our home in order to bring in some cash flow, which I am really excited about. I used to do this anyway on Airbnb and I forgot. So we will be doing that. So I need to get some quotes for renovation of the bathroom that person will be using.
Mm-hmm.
And my self-care goals are dancing every day. That's one of the things I'm doing this year. I am dancing way more this year.
Yes.
Baby, I'm dancing for my workout. I'm dancing for fun. I'm dancing with my kids. I'm dancing with my husband. Listen, 5, 6, 7, 8 all year. Okay. So I'll be doing that. And then the next self-care goal for me is going to bed. Bring it right back. Bring it right on back from year after year. Go to bed. And I love how I'm listening to, there's another book I'm listening to. I forget the name of it. Let me look it up real quick in my Audible, because I feel like it's so good and I want Z to listen to it too. Hold up. What's it called, child? It's called How to Keep House While You're Drowning.
I was just drowning. I was just gonna drown.
Listen, a gentle approach to cleaning and organizing. Baby, I love this girl. Her name is Casey Davis. Love her. She has helped me already because we are purging our house in preparations to move. And she has helped me already. But she talks about taking care of your future self.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So for people like me who are, I'm not domesticated. Okay. Like, I don't know what happened, but I'm not the cooker, cleaner, faux stuff type of woman. Now I will get you somewhere. I will help you get to your goals, baby. I will turn up. I will create experiences and I will drive it like it's hot. But all of that stuff I'm not about for the most part. So, but it needs to be done. So she talks about thinking about it. Instead of thinking about like, I got to do this, chore, whatever it is, think about it as like, I'm taking care of my future self by doing this small thing, right? So I'm taking care of my future self by cleaning the dishes tonight, like, because when she wakes up in the morning, she's going to have a clean kitchen, right? She's going to feel like it's a fresh start. So I put down, I'm going to be taking care of my future self by going to bed at night.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because when I wake up, I'm going to have energy. I'm not going to be cranky. I'm going to be able to mother at a certain level, wife at a certain level, and do my business and things at a certain level. So those are my goals for this week.
Yes, I love it. Okay, so my goals for this week. First off, I have 3 social media clients that I need to create social media plans for. Then, so completing that's one goal. The second is for my Florida project. I need to do a detailed breakout of the hours for each of the tasks that I have decided that we're going to be doing. Just so that we can make sure that we, honestly, y'all, as an entrepreneur, it is very easy to do work that you weren't paid to do.
Yes.
And sometimes you got to reel it on in. Be like, they ain't pay for all of that. That's the package. If they want that, they're going to have to pay extra. And shifting from the employee mindset to the consultant mindset.
Yes.
No, don't get me wrong. I always over deliver, but not to the point where I'm doing more work than I'm getting paid for. to it, to an extreme. So I need to do a detailed hours breakout of all of the work that's been assigned so that I can make sure that I'm managing that appropriately. Eve talked about this on the last call. Baby, the follow-up is happening, okay? There were some people that I connected with at the end of 2024 that I need to follow up with for 2025. So I have 2 people on that list right now, nothing too crazy. And then number 4, I'm going to be meal prepping. I did not eat bad over the break. My struggle is a lot of times I just don't eat enough. Because if I haven't meal prepped, then I would end up not eating as opposed to eating bad, which is just as bad. So I need to make sure that I meal prep this week. I'm still going steady with my 75 strong, working out 75 days in a row.
Yes.
I have 52 more days to go. We're probably at about a 90% workout rate, which is way better than what I was doing in the past. So
that's it.
On with that, we will take the wins and the progress as they come.
Progress over perfection.
I am continuing to call in these $50,000 contracts because once you done it once, then you can do it again and again.
Yeah.
So that's always going to be on the list. I'm also calling in 2 team members, which looks like me soliciting for interns from some college students. That's what it looks like at this moment. At least that's what I believe it looks like. But however the universe wants to send me, I'm calling in the 2 team members. Wherever they come, Lord, just let them be, have a strong work ethic. Let them be brilliant in their own right and willing to contribute that. Yes. And then I'm just calling in just debt cancellation. Like it just got to go.
Come on, cancel.
Debt cancellation, whatever the debt, it needs to be canceled. Okay.
I might have to add that to my list of calling in, boo.
I'm adding that in.
I might have to add that on in there. Cancel
Eradicate it. Get rid of it. It needs to be gone.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, we talk about what we're calling in. That's our way of saying what are we manifesting right now. What are we manifesting right now? That was good. I added that to my list of things I'm calling in. In addition to that, I'm calling in $20K a month for my digital marketing business. I'm calling in the smooth sale of my property at 5256.
Yes.
Okay. At least $275,000. That's what we need. At least $275,000. That's what we're going to try to sell that. I am calling in moving and living as the chosen one. And I'll talk about that a little later. And I'm calling in, listen, there was a reel of this guy talking to his friend on Travel Noir. And he was like, okay, we're going to Mexico. Okay, yeah. On the 3rd, I'm putting it on my calendar. He was like, confirming trips you ain't got money for yet.
Hello.
That is when you know you a traveler. Like when you be like, yep. So these are the trips I'm confirming: Zimbabwe, Jamaica, London, and the Philippines. Okay, we want all of them this year.
I love it.
Okay, at least it's another one. I don't know where we're gonna go, but for Christmas, I want to go somewhere this. I also am calling in a home in North Carolina and a home abroad.
Call it in.
Yes, and I just added debt cancellation to the list. Okay, there we go. These are the things.
Oh, let me just call in a new successful business launch partnership.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
And we do say amen. Yes.
Amen and amen. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I feel a merch in my spirit. I feel a merch.
It's feeling merch. It's a little merch. We're gonna launch some merch.
Yes.
We need people to purchase. But yeah, let me call that in too.
Eve, what are your goals for the week?
I just refined them, but self-care is dance, tea, and language learning. That has been a beautiful pastimes for me, and just helping me feel more peace throughout the week. So I'm keeping that up. I was drinking tea earlier on the call. I have on here what I resist, but now falling in love with is content creation. And specifically, that means consistently imperfect posting on LinkedIn and or YouTube.
Come on.
I have connection calls set up, and that's specifically related for contracts and referrals, nothing else, nothing else. And deep dive into UX research and like self work to refine like speaking engagement opportunities. I want at the end of that like my workshop ideas and like keynotes I'll refine some more. And then I will be fasting from Thursday until Sunday, doing a 72-hour fast. Pray for me. Oh, bunch of stuff.
Are you like no food, no water, no? Just
no. Definitely water. We're gonna do water. We're gonna do water with some electrolytes in it, honey, or salt if I like need to, like to put stuff on the tip of my tongue or whatever. Coconut water.
I love
it. Maybe tea, but like that's it. So 72-hour fast, just trying to get ourselves together. I'm excited and not excited at the same time.
I said it's a reset.
Yeah, it's a reset. I kind of want to do it twice a month. To like fast for 72 hours, twice a month. And I have a friend, because accountability, who's going to do it with me. He actually did a 21-day fast. Which I don't understand how.
Out the people who have already done what you want to do. And how
I'm like, and he literally was like, okay, I'll do it with you. And I was like, cute.
Yep. That's how you the accountability partners you need, child. You need
accountability partners. So we love you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'll be reaching out to Yuzi in regards to like speaking engagement type things and workshop type things. I think I'm just gonna study your website and whatever, and like figure out what I need to copy paste and slightly innovate for myself as well, so I could just like not go into analysis paralysis. I think I have everything. I think I have everything I need for the public speaking. It's just that I want it to all exist in one place very clearly, and then just let people know that it exists, and then like see what happens. But like I literally feel like I can get that all up within like a week. I just need to find someone to zone in on, and that will be easy. Copy paste at the end of the day.
I'll give you what I got, but we make do with what's available. So
yes, that'll be fine, because I need to just stop and just send it to people, because people are asking me to talk, but I don't have nowhere to send them. I'm like, girl, get it together.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I'm a fast. And the last thing was like submit poetry to a magazine for publication. Like I'm done writing the poems. I like them. They're good. I just not got to submit them. So that should be easy. That, I don't know. It's just like a fun little thing. Like I'm a published poet. Like why not? Yeah, same thing. Calling in my next contract, 100K plus, easy getting work done for the property, getting another property again. I had a friend. I'm talking to friends about 2025, and we're talking about our year. And one friend was like, Eve, like I already know that I want to get a property, but I want to get a property with you. So just letting you know about Q3, Q4, we're getting a property together. And I'm like, what?
Okay, girl.
Okay. So getting another property, calling that in, more collaboration to what like Z was talking about. Also calling in on my next flights, plural. Yeah. Bringing up hard stuff in therapy and debt cancellation.
Yes. Come on. Y'all can touch and agree on that one.
Hey, look. That is all.
I love it. Yes. So let's talk about our word for the week. We usually choose a word that is going to allow us to do the goals that we got to do things that we have to do, we want to do, hold us up, raise our energy, something we can stand on for the whole week. I will tell y'all, my word for the week this week is also my word for the year. It came to me. I don't know what I was doing. What was I doing? I don't know. I wasn't even planning to set a word for a year. I used to do that back in the day. It set a word for the year. I stopped doing it probably 2 years in a row, but for some reason this year, maybe it was because Ed Milet was talking about it in his book, and so it planted it in my subconscious, and then it just came up. But one of my biggest things this year is really leaning into a different identity. Like I think, I've been a full-time entrepreneur now for almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in June? So like a good 18 months. And what I've realized is there's a lot of hesitancy that I feel like I held on to, and a lot of 9 to 5 habits, right? Like Z was saying, similar to what Z was saying, like, still moving like a 9 to 5er, even though you are an entrepreneur, from a work perspective, from a, just a life perspective, a discipline perspective, a calendar perspective, just everything. Like, and so I'm like, this year, like, I'm really going to be moving into like the full-time entrepreneurship identity, but it's not even that. It's really just a higher level of me, the person who has all the things that I want. So my word for the year is chosen, right? My word for the year is chosen because I have always known that I am chosen, right? The Lord is my shepherd. Okay. So I am chosen because of that. But I also have always known that I am a chosen one in my family. Like things are supposed to be different because of my actions and the things that I achieve. And so I'm like, this is the year that I'm really going to walk in that boldly. And I would say, like, one of the reasons that I think that the Lord has always, or just placed Z into my life early on in my life, is because I know that she is also one of the chosen ones in her family too. And I think from accountability partner perspective, the frame with which you walk in life is that of chosen, right? And I think I move, but I'm not always in the frame of chosen, right? And so this year, I fully am going to be walking in the frame of chosen, like chosen one, which means one who is the object of choice or divine favor, right? And who has been selected as the best and most appropriate one for handling the situations that come. Okay.
I need you to write that, say that.
Girl, like
on a bump. I need that whole thing. Right, that's yours. That's yours.
That's me.
Please.
That's me. That's me.
Please remember that. Every time
listen,
your doubt pop up. What's that? Say it again. Read it again.
One who is the object of choice and divine favor. The one who is selected as the best and most appropriate choice to handle all the things that are to come, right?
It's part 2 for me. The one who was selected. That whole piece right there.
Yes.
Please.
Please. That's it. So what I have started doing is, at the top of my goals every morning, I write the definition.
Right? I love it.
Every day. We writing down the definition of chosen. Because that is going to be what I'm moving in this year. So that is my word for the week. This week is chosen.
I love it.
So word of the year and word of the week. Yes. Okay. Got it. That was good, Nezzy.
Yes.
Whew. Let me see. Okay, so my word of the year is overflow. It hit me. And I was like, oh yeah. And then what the this beautiful tattoo on my arm in my native tongue in Creole. L'amour tête c'est service moi, self-love is my service, and the whole entire premise of that is that I want my purpose in life, because everyone has purpose. If you have breath, you have purpose. Everyone's purpose in life is to serve. You just have to figure out how you need to go about serving. And I have on here, self-love is my service, meaning that when I truly understand and learn to love myself, the overflow of that's what's going to then support the people it needs to support, touch the people it needs to touch, grow the things that it needs to grow. And I want to keep that at the forefront. I can continue to be a giver. I can continue to care a lot within my boundaries of my cup, and in that overflow, be very happy with like who it touches. So the word is overflow. The word of the week, though, I feel like for me is collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
And I might continue that for a while, but yeah, collaboration is what's giving for me right now for this week is collaborate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's so good. You know, I love a good collaboration. So okay. I'm trying to figure out what the word is. I said that my word for 2025, the word was ease. Okay, because that's how we're moving. We are moving with ease. But it comes from a deeper place of just realizing how prepared I am for every moment that I encounter.
Mm-hmm.
And thinking about all the ways in which God, the universe, is orchestrating the setup for my win, right? And there's so many things that have happened that just truly affirm like there's no need for the prep that I think I need to do. Like I need to be preparing for this thing and like the angst that come with that, because I realize that I have been prepared for such a time as this. So I think that my word this year is actually going to be alignment. Everything is coming together perfectly, just as it should. And it's coming together with ease, just as it should. You know, trusting the process of things and like how things flow, because it is all in alignment. So yes, alignment is going to be my word of the year. With the little ... ease ... prepared. That like all of those things, abundance, like all of these things, but I'm gonna go with alignment. But alignment tied to ease.
I love it. Is that you want to use that for the week too?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like ease is my word for the week, and I feel like that may need to be the word damn near every week, because it's a reminder to let go of the angst that I bring to any task. Like do it with ease, because you're prepared. Things are aligned. Yes. So alignment is a word of the year. Ease word of the week.
Okay.
I love it. I'm writing down all the words of the year of 2025. I also, at the top of my notebook, I write down just phrases that stand out to me in books, videos, all the things that I listen to. And one thing I just wrote down as I walk in my word for chosen this year is what Z just said. I'm prepared for every moment I encounter.
That's it. Already. Just by the fact that you're encountering it, you're prepared.
Exactly. Yes.
If you weren't prepared, you would have done some other things to get you prepared. But if you're there, you are prepared.
I love that. I love it. Okay. If you are watching the replay, get ready. Okay. Because we're bringing this energy all 2025. So make sure you join us every Monday at 10 a.m. right here on the channel. Share this with somebody who needs a boost and some accountability, right? Hold them accountable to achieving their goals. This is a life goals. This is motherhood goals. This is relationship goals. This is business goals. This is self-care goals. All the things. Okay. We talk about all the things because we gotta do all things. Also, what else? Anybody have anything that they have coming up that they want to share with the people, that you want the people to join you in, support you on the things?
Go like and subscribe my 206. Go subscribe to my channel and like all 266 of my videos on my YouTube channel at evastrategy.com. I mean Eva Strategy at Eva Strategy. Yeah, feel free to go there. It's nice. It's a time. It's a time. And then be on the lookout for more content and possibly me coming to speak near you. online or in person. Who knows?
I would say go over to Inez Creates Income. I am going to be doing some new things over there. With regard to just working in public. It's funny because one of the quotes that I wrote down out of the book, The Power of One More, is perfection is the lowest standard of all.
Ooh.
I said, ooh, get off my neck. Get off my neck. Yes, exactly. Say gag. Okay. So I will be showing up over there imperfectly and consistently. Okay. So go join me over there. Send me a DM if you are one of our accountability members here on Inez Creates Income. So yes.
Make sure you follow me on Instagram and YouTube and Patreon at Just Zanitra. To Inez's point, we're going to be doing a lot more, sharing a lot more real time, what is happening, biz, kids, and how I live. So yes, please check me out, Just Zanitra.
I love it. All right, y'all. We will see y'all next week. Bye.